Crates, for sponsoring today's Patriots Report. So now we're going to do something fun. Today, I used FanSpeak.com, which is a mock draft service that you can use online, but I used it to come up with the perfect Patriots mock draft as we get closer and closer. We're 2 weeks away, everyone. I'm so excited for the draft. But I took a couple of guys throughout the draft, so without further ado, my first round options that I had, so I'll give you guys 5 options, and then what my pick is. Make sure to get your mock draft, or at least who you think your first round pick should be, in the comments section. So I had 5 options. I had Marcus Davenport, Rashaan Evans, Leighton Vander Esch, James Daniels, and Derrius Guice. Couple linebackers, an offensive lineman, a defensive end, and a running back. Now, Marcus Davenport was really enticing, but I know that the Patriots need a linebacker, and I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't take a linebacker in the first round. So I took Rashaan Evans, the linebacker from Alabama. Just an easy, safe pick. We know that Belichick likes Alabama prospects. I'm sure he'll call up Nick Saban, and Nick Saban will say that Rashaan Evans is the greatest linebacker since sliced bread, and he's this and he's that. Bill Belichick will be sold, and he'll take the linebacker from Alabama. Now, I know some people are going to yell at me, oh, why didn't you take Leighton Vander Esch, the super athletic linebacker from Boise? Look, go back and look at the linebackers that the Patriots have drafted over the past couple years. Leighton Vander Esch fits 0% of what the Patriots look for in a linebacker. Not even close. He doesn't match up with any measurable that the Patriots look for. They look for guys like Rashaan Evans. Rashaan Evans actually matches up quite well with someone like a Kyle Van Noy. Or, no, he's not a Donta Hightower, but he fits with what they like in linebackers. But I want to know from you guys, who should the Patriots take in the first round out of those options? Give me a heart for Marcus Davenport. Give me a wow face for Rashaan Evans. Give me a like for Leighton Vander Esch, or give me a laughing face for Derrius Guice. I still think the answer is Rashaan Evans. They need a consistent linebacker on the inside, so that's who I took at pick number 23. Let's get to pick number 31. Again, Marcus Davenport is still on the board. After that, you have James Daniels. Derrius Guice is still there. You got Sam Hubbard as well from Ohio State. And then Daron Payne, the defensive lineman from Alabama, is another guy that the Patriots could pick. This one, I had to take Marcus Davenport. He's on the board at 31. I don't think he's going to end up being there, but if he is on the board at 31, you can bet your biscuits the Patriots are going to take him. He's a very athletic defensive end from University of Texas, San Antonio. He's incredibly raw, but he's extremely athletic and has a ton of upside. Who does that sound like? Oh, yeah. Every single defensive end that the Patriots have drafted in the past 3 years. Derek Rivers, Trey Flowers, Deatrice White, along with a bunch of other players. This is what they look for in terms of their defensive end. I think Marcus Davenport would be just the perfect Patriot in terms of his measurables and his skill set. He'd match up well, but again, I'm not 100% sure that Marcus Davenport is even going to make it to 20, let alone pick 31. So let's go to the second round. This is when things start to get a little bit interesting. So we have a couple options here. We have Daron Payne, again, the tackle from Alabama. Mike Hughes, a corner, the first one on the board from University of Central Florida. We have Dallas Goedert, the huge tight end out of San Diego State, who I like a lot. We have Christian Kirk as well, the wide receiver from Texas A&M. And then we have Ronnie Harrison, a safety from Alabama, who I'm very interested in. I think he could end up being a Malcolm Jenkins or even a Patrick Chung. But at the same time, again, I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't take a tight end this high. So I'm taking Dallas Goedert. I think this is a great spot for him at pick number 43. He's a good athlete. He's got great size. He was a huge producer in college. His competition level was pretty bad, and he needs a little bit of work in terms of his blocking. But that's why Troy Nicholas is here, because Troy Nicholas can't catch the ball. He can only block, so Dallas Goedert can be that super athletic guy that they bring in. I'm not saying he's the next Gronk, but I think Goedert would be a really good option on this Patriots offense. He's a good player, needs a little bit of grooming, but I think the Patriots have the offense to help him do that. Let's get to the third round, and I had another tight end on the board because I love Mike Gesicki so much, the tight end out of Penn State, the super athlete. Also have safety Jesse Bates from Wake Forest. I also have Lorenzo Carter out of Georgia. I got Taven Bryan out of Florida, and then the offensive tackle Brian O'Neill from Pitt. So Colton Miller got picked at number 18 overall. I was going to take him at 23 if he was there, or 31, but he was off the board. I already got my linebacker. I already have a pass rusher, so now it's time to address the tackle position, so I'm taking Brian O'Neill out of Pittsburgh. He's more of a right tackle than he is a left tackle. This is with the thought process that I think the Patriots are going to end up moving Marcus Cannon to left tackle, at least for this upcoming season. I don't think Antonio Garcia is ready to cover 41-year-old Tom Brady's blind side. I don't think they have that kind of trust in him, but Marcus Cannon has been really, really good the past 3 years or so. I think they trust him enough to play left tackle. At right tackle, Brian O'Neill could come in. He could either start there or end up being the Patriots swing tackle. He could replace Cameron Fleming or fill in for Adrian Waddle when he inevitably gets hurt again. So Brian O'Neill could be a good option for them at tackle. I have them taking him in the late second round. Let's get to the third round now, and this is where things start to get a little bit more, I don't know if you guys totally know who these people are, but I do, and that's why I'm here to help you guys out. So we have offensive tackle Desmond Harrison out of Western Georgia, another one. We have D-tackle Rasheem Green out of USC. Got a Josie Jewell, the linebacker from Iowa. And here, I got it, ready? It's Chukwuma Okorafor. Totally redeemed myself. I got it on the first try out of Western Michigan, the big offensive tackle. And then defensive tackle Tim Settle out of Virginia Tech. And you know what? Just because I got his name so wrong the first time I did one of these draft videos, I actually took him. I took Chukwuma Okorafor because, again, another really good option for the Patriots that matches their measurables in terms of what they like out of offensive tackles. He actually measures up very well to what Marcus Cannon or Cameron Fleming or even Adrian Waddle come out to look like. They're huge, they're massive, and they more so get in the way rather than being fast enough to actually reach somebody. But I think Okorafor would be a really good swing tackle. You can bring him in on goal line downs to really pave the road. I think he needs consistency and more playing time, but this guy sounds like a huge ball of talented clay that they're going to give to Dante Scarnecchia and say, work your magic, and Dante Scarnecchia is going to turn out one heck of an offensive lineman, just like he did with Cameron Fleming, who was equally as raw when he came out of college and just got a great contract with the Cowboys. Might end up starting for them at right tackle. We'll end up seeing what happens with Cameron Fleming, but this is more of a Dante Scarnecchia save us with this guy kind of pick. And I think they are going to take 2 tackles in this upcoming draft. Let's get to the 6th round because they don't have a 4th round pick and they don't have a 5th round pick. So now they have these guys. So I have linebacker Fred Warner from BYU, cornerback Holton Hill from Texas. We got Braxton Berrios from Miami. We have Justin Jackson. And then we have Tony Brown, the cornerback from Alabama. Another option. I haven't taken a corner yet because I'm not really sure if the Patriots are going to take one in this upcoming draft. I'll get to that later. But in the 6th round, pick 198. By the way, one pick before 199 where the Patriots took Tom Brady. At 198, I have the Patriots taking Justin Jackson, the running back out of Northwestern. Look, this guy has crazy production in the Big Ten. He was great at Northwestern. He was a multi-year starter. He basically started about 6 games his freshman year and then stole the starting spot for the rest of his college career. He had a ton of carries. He actually is second in all of college in carries coming out this year, but I don't think he's going to end up being a starting running back in the NFL. I think he'll be a solid 3rd down back. He's a 6th round pick. They'll bring him in. He could spell a Jeremy Hill or actually just spell any of their 1st or 2nd down wide receivers, or running backs, I should say, and then maybe come in and catch the balls as well on 3rd down. He can do a bunch of different things, but a starting caliber NFL running back, I'm not convinced. We'll see what happens with Justin Jackson. But he is my first pick in the 6th round. Let's get to the Patriots' 6th round pick. Excuse me. How about guard Casey McDermott from Miami? We also have Braxton Berrios from Miami, who my sources are telling me, and I'll break this right now, that apparently he's visited the Patriots already. And I said this during the season on College Football Recap that Braxton Berrios was the perfect New England Patriot. So I'll break that now that he did, in fact, make a visit to the Patriots. But the rest of our guys, we got Logan Woodside, the quarterback from Toledo, who we've talked a lot about. We also have offensive tackle Cole Madison for Washington State. And then we have DN Aid Aruna from Tulane. This one's easy. I think you guys know who I'm going to take. I'm taking Logan Woodside, the quarterback from Toledo. He's the one who I think they're going to end up taking. I don't think he's the heir apparent to Tom Brady because I don't think that any quarterback from Toledo, no offense, is going to end up being Tom Brady's heir apparent, especially this late in the 6th round. But they need youth and they need backups. And I think Logan Woodside, he's a safe pick. He's a smart quarterback. He comes from a quick passing scheme. He's similar to Jimmy Garoppolo in size, and they ran similar offenses. It's just an easy pick. It's a safe pick. He's not going to blow the doors off of anyone. He's getting workouts from Nick Caserio. He's a solid player. He's not a world beater. He's not Tom Brady's heir apparent. He's just a quarterback that they desperately, desperately need, especially behind Brian Hoyer. Let's get into the Patriots' last pick, and this one, I took all wide receivers because the Patriots have not drafted a wide receiver yet. They usually draft at least one. So we got a couple. We got Braxton Berrios out of Miami. We got Karan White out of West Virginia. We have Ray McLeod out of Clemson. We have a kid from New Mexico State. And we also have EQ St. Brown out of Notre Dame. Now, I'm going to preface this. There is a 0% chance that EQ St. Brown is on the board at pick 219 in the 7th round. 0% chance. But guess what? He was in our mock draft, so we took him because that is an absolute steal. If EQ St. Brown can drop to the 7th round, then I'm absolutely going to take him. The dude had so much production the year before Brandon Wimbush started throwing him balls because Brandon Wimbush cannot throw the ball. He's a great runner. He's a great athlete. Does not have a great arm. But EQ St. Brown, excellent size, excellent speed. He needs to improve his route running a little bit, but he's very raw, but he's super talented. I think EQ St. Brown would come in at his huge 6'5 frame to a Patriots offensive core that needs some size on the outside. The only size they really have right now is Jordan Matthews and Kenny Britt, which, if you ask anyone, is a terrible, terrible option to have on the outside in terms of size. I think EQ St. Brown would really help shore up the Patriots in that area. So let's check out my final picks. I went Rashaan Evans, Marcus Davenport, Dallas Goedert, and Brian O'Neill. And then finally, Chukwuma Okorafor. I'm on a hot streak 3 times in a row. Then Justin Jackson, Logan Woodside, and EQ St. Brown is my mock draft. I'll be doing another one of these 2 weeks from now before the NFL draft, but that is my first mock draft for the New England Patriots. And that's going to do it for Patriots Report today, presented by Man Crates. You can follow me on Twitter at SportsThean for all your Patriots news and updates. But for now, we'll see ya.